When you have an event, the event has a beginning and an end, right? You have the beginning of the event. Like, let's say I drove my car from Cairo to Sudan, all right? And this is the event, the driving. So I'm driving along the road, right? Bumpity, bumpity, bump. And at the end, eventually, I was in, what's a city in Sudan? Khartoum. Eventually, I was in Khartoum, all right? And it was at the end of this event that I was in Khartoum. Now, let's say that we use this eventually, like I eventually want to buy an electric unicycle. This means that it's the future, right? Because right now, me wanting to buy an electric unicycle is an event, right? The wanting, not the buying the electric unicycle, but the wanting to buy an electric unicycle. When you want to buy, that is an event. And that event has an ending when I actually buy it. So, I eventually want to buy an electric unicycle. Another way of saying that, I want to buy an electric unicycle in the future. All right? And before that future happens, I will want to buy one. Done. Now, does that mean that if we didn't have any money, like we're not buying the electric unicycle because we don't have any money, then we just want to buy an electric unicycle? We don't want to buy one in the future. We want to buy one anytime that we have the funds to procure the electric unicycle. But if we say eventually, if we add that little adverb eventually, then we're saying only in the future, okay? So whenever you hear someone say, I eventually want to go to college, or I eventually want to open up a dog grooming restaurant or whatever, all right, that means that they really don't want to do it now, all right? When you want to do something now, don't use eventually. What else? Okay, so we have eventual. Eventual is also the end of an event. For example, they wait for the eventual victory. See, they really know how to play. They're just great at their game. They never make any mistakes. They always hit the goal correctly. So they don't really even play the game. They just wait for the eventual victory because that's part of the event. See, they're just waiting. They're not even trying to play football. They're just sitting on the field. I mean, blocking the other team is like lifting a piece of paper. All right, so they're really waiting for the event of waiting to end. And how will the event of waiting end? In a victory, of course, because they're that good. All right, the passengers on the Titanic did not know their eventual fate. Okay, so they were on the Titanic. They were drinking champagne. They were having fun. They were sitting in the hot tub. All right, they were driving ATVs around, electric ATVs. No, steam-powered ATVs around the deck of the Titanic. All right, and they didn't know their eventual fate. They didn't know. They decided to have a big bonfire with lifeboats because they didn't know this being on the Titanic. That's right. Just passengers being on the Titanic is an event. Those passengers be on the Titanic. They are on the Titanic. All right? But they did not know that the end of this event of being on the Titanic, well, the end of the event of them being on the Titanic was the Titanic sinking. And of course, they did not know their eventual fate is that they would be shark food in the frozen cold ocean. They did not know that eventual fate. All right? Now we can use this for the present, like I know eventually I will get that job. I know eventually I will get that job. I know in the future I will get that job. But that's just something I know. You see, that action of knowing something that's going to happen in the future is the event. That's the event. It's not having that thing in the future. It's knowing that I am having that thing in the future. But in order for that event to happen, that event has to have an end. And in that end, I get that job. Ka-ching! Did you enjoy that video? Thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Oh, you did subscribe already. Great. You did it. Subscribe. Thumbs up always. Thumbs up. Eventually, I will have 1 million subscribers. I will. Bye.